Alright everybody, so I'm flying out to Utah tomorrow. Total Archery Challenge isn't until next week, but it's got some cool events going on throughout the week, so want to get there a little early. Plus, I got some family in town, so want to go visit them. But wanted to do a quick video showing how I pack for traveling or specifically flying with a bow, because I always get a ton of questions about that. Anytime I post a video about flying with a bow or traveling with a bow, seems to generate a lot of comments, a lot of DMs. So want to cover just how I do it and how I've done it successfully without having any of my crap damaged. So want to go over that right now. All right, so here's my case. Got an Easton roller bow case. This is the older model. They've got a newer model out now. This case, you can see I've flown with this case well over a dozen times. It looks still nice and shiny new. The cover that Easton recommends you purchase with it, on the other hand, has quite a bit of just damage throughout. It easily takes all of the abuse for the bag. Now, Easton has a new travel airline case that's made out of super high-end luggage material, so you actually don't need to get a cover anymore. You can just get the brand new case, but regardless, this is what I got for right now. And I'll show you in the zip pocket. What I will do is I will just keep my old factory strings. I always, whenever I buy a new bow, I buy a set of aftermarket strings. I keep the factory ones as backups just in case I need them. And I actually ended up needing them. If you follow on Instagram, Knights the Apex, you saw that I had an issue with the servings on my cables on my PSE NXT31, and I had to actually swap out my hog wire strings for the old factory strings, just because I wore out this serving right here under the roller guide, so I swapped those out. But anyway, getting back into packing. So this is the Easton case. I want to say it's a 34-inch model. That is a 31-inch axle-to-axle bow, so you can see it sits in there nice and snug. Now, as far as the bow goes, I took my stabilizers off. I removed my sight. My sight's actually sitting right over there. Focus camera. My sight's actually sitting right over there at the top of the bag. One thing I like about the dovetail sights is I can remove it completely, and that's actually going to ride in my backpack with me. I'm going to bring my carry-on, my little Sika bag that I'm going to wear on the course. That's going to be my carry-on as well. The little Kuyu bag next to it, that's actually, it's just a little hydration bladder. It's their 500 series. My wife is actually going to carry that. She's going to hike the course with me. But anyway, whenever I pack my bow or I'm flying my bow, remove my sight, and that rides with me, and then I'll just check my zero when I get to the mountain. I also remove my stabilizers, another advantage of QD systems, and on my rest, on my limb-driven rest, I'll just remove any tension on there. Other than that, I like to use a bow sling. This is the Sika bow sling. It's got some padding here as just some extra reinforcement around the cams. And then I'll just take these straps, strap over it, and it's in there nice and tight enough. Like I said, I've flown with this case with Hoyt Pro Defiance, Matthews Verdicts, and now PSE NXT, and I haven't had any issues. I've never gotten off the plane and found that anything was damaged. This case has done a really, really good job. In this pocket, I've got my arrows right here. This is Easton's arrow case. It is sold separately. I've got about 12 to 16 arrows in there. I'm going to be flinging arrows throughout the week, so that's definitely more than I'm going to need, but I'd rather have arrows made up and not need them than wish I had more. In this pocket here, this is just a felt-lined pocket. I'll actually put my stabilizers in there. You see my longer one and my shorter one in there. My release pouch, I'll put my releases and my rangefinder in there. I've got a backup rangefinder, my binos. Sometimes I'll throw my electronics and my optics in my carry-on bag as well. This time I've got so much room, I decided to throw them in the case. In this pocket, I like to put everything that's a little more sharp and pointy. So I've got my little bow, emergency kind of first aid kit, my pocket knife, a couple of little tools, just in case something goes wrong. My QD knob for my spot hog, just in case something goes wrong. I gotta work on my bow. In my bow emergency kit, it's a small Kafari stuff sack. I've got just a serving tool, some extra D-loop, string wax, extra battery for my rangefinder, a couple extra field points, nocks, and that's really it. Nothing crazy. So that's everything bow-wise that goes in my case. Now, my boots, I'm either going to wear them or I'm going to throw them in my carry-on. Now, once I do that, I put all of my bow stuff in my bow case. After that, what I'll do is I'll fill up any of the extra dead space with my clothes. I can usually get a whole weekend to, even depending on how hot it is. It's going to be hot. We're shooting Total Archery Challenge. It's the Utah events, the middle of the summer, end of July. So it's going to be warm. I'm going to be wearing lighter stuff. I can fit probably a whole week's worth of clothes in that case. And when I fill up that whole case, my bow stuff plus clothes, anytime I've done that, my finished weight is usually between 45 and 50 pounds, so right on that line, perfect for most airlines, unless you're flying Spirit, because they're a bunch of assholes, and I think their limit is 40 pounds, so they're going to hit you with an overage. Anything sensitive, I'll throw in my carry-on bag, so I keep my med kit in there. Any sensitive electronics, my camera gear, like what I'm filming on right now, that's all going to go in my carry-on. I want it with me, want to make sure that I have hands on it, just because it's more sensitive. Those binos in my rangefinder, yeah, they're expensive, but they can take a beating. I've never had an issue throwing them in there. And if that bow case goes missing, I'm not going to really care if I have just a rangefinder. So I'll figure that out when I get there. So yeah, that's my packing for tack. Pretty simple. As far as packing for like a hunt, doesn't really change that much. The clothes that I'm going to be packing will of course change. I'll have a little bit extra equipment usually, so I'm not going to have nearly as much room in the case because I'll be filling it up with that. But for tack, pretty simple. If you want the whole rundown of my tack gear list, I did do a video of that. That's up on the channel already. Not too much has changed since then. I've streamlined a lot of things. I'm actually bringing some less stuff with me than I probably did in that video, and I changed kind of the layout of my bow setup overall, just because I felt like I had too much crap just hanging off of me. So I've streamlined some of that. I'm sure you'll be seeing videos and photos coming from tack, so check those out. Follow Knights of the Apex on Instagram if you aren't already. Hit that follow button and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. Thank you guys for all the support. Hope this helps some of you out there, and I hope to see you on the mountain. If you see me, I'll be wearing a KOTA hat. Come say hi, take a picture, whatever, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. But fly safe. Hope everyone's staying safe during COVID, crazy times. But talk to everybody soon.